Hey everyone, welcome to, I guess, day two, sort of, because I always record the following day of the Global Game Jam. So I recently finished Sprint 2, or as far as I got to it. I was able to somehow squeeze out about 8 hours for this, despite things I had going on Saturday. So these are some of the things I kind of got implemented to at least a minimal level for the Game Jam. So I now have like an action bar, proximity interaction, my plant system has proximity, so when an applicable player is close by, there are different options that you can interact with it based on the state of the plant. I have inventory, so we can hold um, a few items here and also pick up whatever comes from the crops. Right now, I just have a single crop. It would be fantastic to have more, but be it that there's only, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours left as the time I'm recording this. I really have to see how much I get through, and hopefully I can get my whole game cycle going. But we'll see in the next video. Um, so crops can be planted, they grow, they can be harvested, they also decay. And there's a mechanic to help like tend to the crops to uh, make them last longer, or grow faster, so on and so forth. I also added a networked click decal so you can see where other players are moving, especially with the lack of communication in the beginning. Clicks and a few other things I aim to add later could be used for early communication. But I'm not exactly sure if I'll be able to get to those, so we'll see. I still have to add things that actually help the player learn letters and stuff. I have the capacity for it. I just have to not forget to add those to the system. I don't know exactly where I'm going to add those yet, but maybe we'll both be surprised in next devlog. My mask system, the whole theme of everything's finally got added. Um, so I have a green mask, I have a gray mask, I have a red mask at the moment. The green mask is the only one that is quote unquote done, and the green mask is what gives the player the ability to interact with crops. You can't interact with things that you don't have the mask for. The gray mask will be what I'll try to tackle today, possibly, if not the red mask. But the gray mask should be for building up defenses, blockades, turrets, and similar things, whatever else I have. Red would be for giving you the ability to actually attack wherever you want. So these are the three kind of roles that I have right now. Would love to have more and really be able to think about it more, but I don't have much time for thinking. So let's see what we have so far. I'm not going to demonstrate this network just because of time, and I hope nothing broke since then. And my whole scaling and UI is fantastic. Also, just I didn't mention this in my first devlog. One of the constraints that I'm trying to do is where I'm relying on myself for all of my assets as well. So I'm not using any package that I have, be it free or paid. I'm rushing to make things and use things I've never done or haven't done in a really long time. I'm not a designer by any means. I mean, not a graphic designer by any means, as you will happily see. And luckily, with the one of the challenges I'm choosing to do, the box challenge for Unity makes life a lot easier for me. But I still have to put some effort there. And as soon as I figure out how to use my tool a little bit more for making the sprites and everything, um, maybe we'll get something better. Oh, also today I plan to do some of the procedural generation because I still want to deal with that. Anyways, so let's go ahead and play it. I got to see how strict that like the other challenge is about no readable language visible or unidentified language because I don't know if they would complain about having the enter text here. Or if I have to translate that to the character. Oh, I guess I do. Never mind. Forget it. Anyway, so let me start host. I already have a couple test things in the scene. So I have my click to move where I want to go. Actually, I'll spawn in the other player so we can see. So I guess I will do some networking. It's just really fun bouncing between monitors. Okay, so I can pick up masks, and I have to trigger the proximity thing here because I don't have it on stay. I just have it on start. And we can fill up water, for example. And on the screen here, because the icon is ginormous, we have this water meter or energy, whatever you want to call it. This will give that duration of fast growth and reduce the chance of decaying. And the plant grows as over time, and then it bears fruit, 1 to 4 possibly. When it turns into that, then I can harvest it, and I get the fruit here. Any of these things I can drop. So if I want to drop the fruit, I can pick it up again. I didn't have gravity on there, so it's floating away. This way you can exchange it with other players. There is a quantity for this. Now, luckily, it was just 1, so it's a quantity of 1, but I need to get the quantity to show on the fruit itself and to show up on the UI. That was just something I left for later. All the masks can be dropped and picked up. You can have up to 2 masks in your inventory at a time. Whoops. So that means you can only really exchange between 2 roles quickly. But if players exchange masks, or if they are just lying on the ground, they can be swapped out as well. You just have 2 quick switches. Also, the masks have a idle duration. So right now it's really fast, so I have to balance that a bit. But as the masks exist, they expire. But also using them makes them expire quicker. So the idea is that as you do certain tasks or defeat enemies, you would be getting drops of random masks. I mean, obviously you want to maybe try to pick up the ones that are aligned to your role or your roles. But you're constantly having to manage a sort of resource. Like this here that's following me is the extent of my enemy for the melee one. Which, funny enough, I think it was like the same spawn as I had for my last video where it just shows 1 enemy. Sometimes I have like 10 on the screen. I'm just lucky today. But yeah, so that'll be tied in. Maybe as a quick fix for like the reading capability, I will have the enemies also drop like tablets with a word or a letter, and then that's how the players learn. But each player learns individually, so just because one player learns the letter E, the other player still has to discover the letter E. But yeah, once I flesh out more of the UI, that'll be more evident instead of just having the chat box, which hopefully still works. Cool. Oh, it tabs over to my other thing too. Cool. I think that's the gist. I will show my lovely sprite sheet that I was working on. I really got to reorganize this stuff. I put things in wrong spots. But, here we go. Let's zoom in. I guess we can show here. So these are the little sprites I was working with. This is just a general selector. This is a white box that I can use for whatever background stuff I need. The watering can, which I need to resize and position, and fantastic art skills. This is a seed icon that shows up when... I'm not exactly sure. So I think when we can regrow the plant, but it's not showing here, so I have to see why. But let's see. Yeah, I think it shows for the plant button. Yeah. We have the sickle, I guess it is. I forget the terminology off the top of my head, but this is for harvesting. Then we have our goofy little mask, and we have the icon for the only plant I have in the game. Cool. And again, just a reminder, I mentioned this before, I am using Libra Sprite, so I'm learning how this works, playing around with it. And it's been pretty nice. It's been a decent tool from the quick things I've dealt with in the beginning. So I tried GIMP, I tried Inkscape, and something else I don't recall. But for me, this wound up being easier to set it up in this grid format to make sprite atlases and the ciphers before, which I tried to show you in the other video, but it's white on white pretty much. But let me think. I think that's the gist of things. So I'm mostly just underlying systems to hopefully have time to piece them together later on. And my next sprint's minimum goals, obviously because I want to finish it, is getting the world-ish thing spawned. So it's going to be a map. I think I had the map brainstorm somewhere. I don't know. But it'll progressively get more difficult. So like the first map, you're going to have one choke point for enemies to come by. Then a couple levels go by, you have the same one choke point. Then it moves into 2 choke points, 3 choke points, 4 choke points, so on and so forth as it progressively gets more and more. So you have to think about the defense more and more. and maybe the plants will be in different locations, making it harder to maintain certain ones, and so on and so forth. So, uh, hopefully, it's coming together pretty nicely. I do hope that the next few hours I have yield a lot of fruit, figuratively and I guess speaking. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next devlog, and that would be the last end of the game jam. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys later.